Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know the background is looking a bit different. I'm currently in Sydney and Steph has been kind enough to let me film in her room. She's currently out at work, so I figured this would be the perfect time to film a video on how to fill in your eyebrows. I know I've done this in the past, but in this video I'm gonna go through like natural looking brows, knock over some product, sculpted looking brows, and bold eyebrows, which is what I'm wearing right now. Bold eyebrows are my favorite. So if that sounds like something you guys want to learn, then just keep watching. I'm using Steph's setup, so hopefully everything's working. Not sure about the sound right now, but let's zoom you guys in so you can actually see my eyebrows. Okay, so first let's do like a little bit of brow sculpting information. Obviously, if you guys want your eyebrows to look different, go ahead and do it how you want. But generally speaking, you want your eyebrows to start at the edge of the tip of your nose. So that's where mine start, and then you want them to finish as if there was a line from your nostril to the corner of your eye. This one's a little short. I don't know why it doesn't like to grow, but this one's okay. And then usually you want your arch to be somewhere from the edge of your nose through your pupil iris, that black bit. So naturally I do have quite thick eyebrows. The only thing that's missing is like part of the arch. I get these little bald patches right here. Don't know why, always have. So we're gonna start off with a natural looking brow. Let me just grab a mirror. So I'm just taking a little spoolie and I'm gonna brush my eyebrows into place. So you just wanna brush them upwards and outwards. So the first step I would recommend, this isn't a necessity, but it really does help to keep the products in your eyebrows and helps it stick. And it also helps condition your eyebrow hairs, and that is to go in with an eyebrow primer. So this is the Benefit Brow Wow Conditioning Primer. So I'm just gonna brush this through my eyebrows. Now onto filling them in. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using a pencil for natural brows, a powder for sculpted brows, and a pomade for bold brows. Really, you can use any one of those to achieve any of the styles, but these are what I find easiest for each style. So since we're starting off with natural brows, I'm going to take the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. This is the shade 4, if anyone's wondering. So I like to start at the outer half of my eyebrow because I feel like that's where it's going to be the boldest. And I like to start drawing in where the bold patches are. But you can start at the top of the arch. And you just want to do short strokes into the shape that you want. So once I have that outer top area done, I like to do the underneath. Again, short hair-like strokes are going to look the most natural. And then I slowly work my way forward. And then I really like the gradient look of eyebrows, so I like it to be like really thin at the start and then get really bold at the end. So I normally don't really touch the front of my eyebrows. You just want to add a few strokes onto any sparse areas. So I'm going to do the same with the other eyebrow. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoolie brush again. This pencil has one on the end. So handy. And I'm just going to brush that brow product through my eyebrows. So this way it looks more blended and more natural. If you do make any mistakes, it's really simple to fix it. You just take a little brush like this and some concealer or foundation if you have a full coverage foundation. And then you just cover where you want to hide. So if you're happy with your natural looking brows looking like this, go ahead and move on to the rest of your makeup or go out and face the day, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to add a brow gel, and I'm going to add the Benefit Gimme Brow because it's a tinted brow gel and it's also got little like fibery bits in it. So this is going to help your eyebrows look fuller and more voluminous, as well as help keep the eyebrow hairs in place. I have really long eyebrow hairs, so they're always like flying everywhere. That sounded weird. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. So I'm just going to lightly brush this into the hairs. And that is it for how I do my natural looking brows. So this is the finished natural brow. Now let's move on to sculpted brows. And we're back to naked and primed eyebrows. So for sculpted brows, I like to use a powder. Today I'm going to use the Benefit Brow Zings powder. And so with this you get the wax and the powder. So I'm just going to quickly go in with the wax. I'm just going to take some on an angled brow brush and just quickly smudge some through my brows. This also helps the powder stick better. So like I said before, I like to start at the outer half and then work my way forward. Now that the wax is through my eyebrows, we can go in with the powder. So I just want to take a little bit on my brush. Powder is really easy to build up the intensity with, and I definitely recommend it if you're a beginner as well, because personally I find it the easiest to fix if things go horribly wrong. Which I'm sure they won't, like it's all practice, guys. So just like with the pencil, I like to start at the outer half, and then I usually sculpt out the tail of my brow. Then work my way forward. I like to start with the arch first, so just underneath my eyebrow. Then just blend what's left over on the brush up into the brow. And then I'll take a little bit on my brush and do the top of my brow. And I sort of use less and less product the closer I get to the start of my eyebrow. So once I've lined the top, I just fill in the center with what's left over on the brush. And there we have one sculpted eyebrow. Now to do the other side. So again, just starting at that arch, going outwards, then the underneath, and the top. And then we just fill it in. Now I am going to set my eyebrows in place with a clear brow gel this time. So I'm going to use the Ready Set Brow Gel by Benefit. The name's changing really soon though, so just make sure it's their clear brow gel. So I'm just going to brush this through my eyebrows, and this is going to set them so that the hairs will not move. I love this stuff. And these are the finished sculpted brows. So they're a little more bold than the natural brows, but they're not as bold as the bold brows we're gonna do in a second. And I'm back with naked and primed brows. Now we can go in with the pomade for the bold brows. This is easily the hardest brow to do and the easiest to stuff up. But hey, it just takes practice and you gotta start somewhere, so don't even worry about it. The pomade I'm gonna use is the Kabrow Benefit Cream Gel Brow. I'm gonna use the shade 4, and this comes with a little brush as well. Ooh. So with this, I'm gonna dip my brush into the pot, swirl it around, and then wipe off the excess on the side of the pot. And that sort of makes the brush really pointy as well. And for this style of brow, I'm gonna start on the bottom, still on the outer half, but I'm just gonna sculpt out that arch and tail. So with pomades, I find it easiest to use like long sweeping motions instead of short strokes. For this type of brow, I like to sculpt out like the outline and then fill it in. So once I've done the outer half, I'm gonna go in underneath and work my way forward again. And again, I like to leave the very front bare. So just go underneath and then blend it upwards. And then I go in on top. You guys get the idea. Then we just do the same thing with the other eyebrow. So starting on the outer half and defining that tail. And then that arch where I have that bold spot, and then fill it in. Then we work our way forward, starting off underneath. Then we go in on top. And then just fill it in. Then once our brows are all filled in, again we want to set it. So I'm just going to use a clear brow gel again and just brush that through. And if you have any like mistakes or spots anywhere, just clean it up with concealer. And that is how I do the bold eyebrow. Bold brows are definitely my favorites. What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Do you like bold, natural, or sculpted? Anyway, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't yet, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys! Steph was supposed to be here like 2 hours ago and she's still not home, so I feel like I should call her. Should I call her?